Which, of course, you know that if Jackson's a meat in this shit show sandwich, because I'm not going to try and say that faster, that makes sense because Noah and I are basically just white bread at this point.
And I'm juicy.
Damn right you are.
You guys want to start this off strong?
I mean,
Let's start it off real strong.
Let's go for it. If you got something, go for it. Ooh.
I like that sound.
Jackson, what was that sound?
That's the sound of a Fourth Tap Brewing Company Bat Country Coffee Stout.
Ooh, coffee. Oh, I like that, actually.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It is. Oh, also, I should probably preface this by saying it's November 1st.
Yeah.
And November is Jackson's beer month, which is funny because I think I've said this on the podcast before about how they used to drink beer instead of water because the water wasn't clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the water isn't clean in my city right now.
Hey.
Yeah, so we're gonna have about 2 weeks. They're speculating 2 weeks. We are recording this obviously a little bit in advance, so it might be over, but they're saying for about 2 weeks, the city of Austin's gonna have the drinking water is gonna be unclean.
I'm sorry.
So
Did you say
water notice?
Did you say we record this in advance? We record this like 5 minutes before it goes out. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's very impressive. No cuts and just
no cuts,
straight
no
upload.
edits, flawless every time.
Yeah, but so you can't drink the water here, which has been a weird thing for me because it doesn't really affect me at all. Because like you just boil the water. So what I've been doing is boiling water, letting it sit there, and then just like putting it in the fridge, and then just like pour it into a cup and drink it. Yeah, and like people are going berserk, and like the stores can't keep any water. Like even like weird gas stations in the middle of nowhere, like putting out signs like we don't have water. People like restaurants are closing and all this stuff. I don't know why people are buying gallons of bottled water. I guess it's convenient, but people buy water for hurricanes because the power goes out, not because the water is not clean.
I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where like when you're saying buying bottled water, I'm assuming you mean like in like 2-gallon jugs or gallon jugs or whatever.
Yeah, they're buying as much as they can get their hands on.
Because I'm thinking of it as like those gigantic like water like what you see around like water coolers and stuff.
Oh yeah, like the 10-gallon things. Yeah, it's not those.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where on one hand, I understand what you mean. Like you should just boil the water and just use it. It doesn't matter. But at the same time, knowing what a lazy piece of shit I am, I would probably end up getting like just cases of water, and that would be my life for a while.
I was in the store and I was like, oh, I'll just get some water while I'm here. That way, if I want to drink it in the middle of the night, I just don't have to worry about running out of boiled water. Mm-hmm. And the entire section was empty. And I was going to get some root beer, and the entire sparkling water section was empty.
Damn.
Like you can always tell things are bad when the sparkling water runs out.
I was like, it's not really, it's not like a natural disaster. You just boil the water and drink it. And honestly, you can drink it out the tap. You're not going to die.
Or will you?
So, I feel funny drinking beer instead of water. And I just cracked open that Fourth Tap Brewing Co-op Bat Country Coffee Stout, like I said earlier, which is my beer of the week.
And this is
the first of, actually I haven't looked at the calendar, but I think 4.
That sounds right.
I think so. Actually, no, I think it would be 5.
It is going to be 5
beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 5 beers this month.
Your last one comes in. Is the last one on Thanksgiving?
The 29th?
Yeah.
No, but the third one is on Thanksgiving.
I couldn't remember.
Thanksgiving's the 15th.
The fourth one is on Thanksgiving.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound right.
I'm so confused.
Wait.
Just think, you guys.
Shouldn't it be the 15th though? Because isn't Thanksgiving the third Thursday?
It's the next to last Thursday, I think. Let's see.
Okay.
Thanksgiving 2018. Let's go.
It's the 22nd.
I'm out of town that week, so that's why I know.
22nd.
So we'll be drinking a Thanksgiving themed beer. Going back home kind of beer.
You know what? You guys can abandon your family gatherings to come listen to us talk some shit on whatever the hell we talk about that day.
Or you could wait like a couple hours because it's not going anywhere.
But you know what? But you know what is going somewhere? Your family, and that might be the goal.
Exactly. Get away from your family.
Escape your family. Come join Off the Air.
So this beer is good. Beer corner over. No. I like stouts. I like stouts and I like coffee. So the coffee stout is just a good combination. It's a very dark, very malty, roasted type beer. It's got nice for cold weather. Gets you a little bit warmed up. Good with breakfast food. So maybe you don't drink at 9 a.m. when you're having breakfast, but maybe you do drink if you're having breakfast for dinner. It's nice to get a little coffee stout.
I feel
your own life.
That way you're not drinking a cup of coffee at 8
We're
p.m.
in no position to judge.
Or if you're me, you just drink it at like 7 in the morning when you wake up instead of breakfast.
I mean, beer's like bread, so it's kind of like having toast.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
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 Don't have any food in the cabinet? You don't need food in the cabinet. You got beer in the fridge? Absolutely, you do. If you're me.
I'm out
so
of beer and it
a
makes me
little
upset.
bit about this beer. I picked it as a kickoff because it's an Austin local, which is unfortunate that you guys couldn't get your hands on it, but it'd be kind of weird if you could have. It's not a
Actually,
very
there
big
was
brewery.
some within like an hour and a half drive from me.
Didn't you say there was also some down by me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically.
That's yeah,
So
it's
it
not
is a
probably
little
a
weird.
drive. It's a pretty small. It's a brewing co-op, so it's not huge, but it is an Austin local one. And I'm an Austin boy. I'm becoming more and more an Austin boy every day. I do love this city. And one fun fact, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, is that Austin has the world's largest urban bat colony.
Urban
Really?
what?
Yeah, urban
Bat
bat
colony.
colony.
Oh, is that the one that's underneath the bridge?
Underneath the South Congress Bridge, yeah. Millions of bats come out every day, or every night rather, from about May until November. So they're reaching their end right about now. They'll go a little ways into November. Yeah, it's the largest urban bat colony in the world. They all live under the South Congress Bridge. It's really cool, but when you walk under the bridge, it does not smell nice.
But yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, it's bat poop.
I'm sorry. The poop return is called guano. How dare you?
My mistake.
Listen, if you're gonna talk about bat shit, you got to use the correct terminology.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you say we're talking about?
Bat guano.
Okay, good.
Wasn't
good talk.
that
Good
a
talk.
bit of a redundant statement?
It was.
I'll let it pass though. He clearly was there mentally. He took the effort.
I knew I knew what was up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to come down to Austin. I probably won't make it until next year. For
Don't.
Fantastic Fest at some point.
Not allowed.
Well,
Sorry, Dan.
shoot,
No,
I've been
rules is
banned from
rules.
Austin. Well,
I
there
told
goes
Mr.
that.
Austin, and he put the ban on you.
He hit me with a ban hammer.
If you come down here, Stone Cold Steve Austin will hit you with a Stone Cold Stunner. He's like the guardian angel of our
all
city.
I ask is that somebody gets it on video. That's all I ask.
Don't worry, we will.
Okay, then yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down.
you
Let's do it.
You have to go to Home Slice Pizza, and you have to fight Stone Cold Steve Austin. In
I
order to...
feel like Stone Cold, but like I feel like Stone Cold would it would hurt, but I don't think Stone Cold would kill me because he's a goddamn
I don't think he
professional.
would either.
See,
Yeah, he would know
is a
better than to kill
professional,
you.
but he also deals with professionals, and you're not a professional. You
but he
might
would-
be the one
but,
to mess
like-
it up.
That's true.
I think he wouldn't kill you.
I think that he would hurt me very bad. He would make me wish I was dead.
Yeah. I was streaming the other day because apparently I still do that.
Why?
And
Cool.
beats me. And this one dude asked me if I was afraid of people in trench coats. That's a fun question, and I'm gonna ask it to you before I give you my response. Are you guys afraid of people with trench coats on?
I mean,
I
I'm not afraid of people with trench coats, but only because I associate trench coat people with either like cringy guys or that's about it. So
And Dan?
I'm not afraid
I'm
of them.
actually gonna hold my response because I'm gonna use it to segue into my topic.
Okay. Personally, I said I'm not afraid of men in trench coats because there's only two types of people who'd be wearing a trench coat: people who are neckbeard bitches,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
people who are too cool to want to kill me.
That's That's fair.
Yeah, like the Undertaker. You think the Undertaker's gonna kill me? No.
Yeah.
No, he does not have your time for that.
Exactly. He's too cool. He's too busy.
You know what?
So I'm not-
that makes
not
sense to
afraid of
me.
him.
I feel like trench coats. I don't want to. Hold on. Before I steal the show again. Like I do.
You think you have the
Wow.
capability to do that?
I wish I had the attitude to think that I could always steal the
Jackson,
show no matter what.
is this? Have we exited Jackson's beer corner?
I don't know. It's got like a nice can. It's got like some rainbow trippy designs on it. I think there's this one bat smoking a fat J with sunglasses on.
Is a bat wearing
Yeah,
a trench
that's
coat?
the end of the beer corner. It's a good beer. I'd recommend it if you like a nice malty beer to have with breakfast with a bit of a bitter end to it. Fourth tap brewing co-op Bat Country Coffee Stout.
And
And
that's
there
one
will
of
be,
five.
for those of you watching the video version, there will be a little picture of
And
that.
if you're not watching the video version, I did kind of visually describe the can. You got your little stogie bat. You got your
Stogie Bat is a solid artist name.
the icon. Thank you for the fourth tap co-op is really similar to the cover for that one game Resistance Fall of Man.
That is a very specific reference.
I know, but it's also very true.
I'm gonna look at the logo.
It's got like a
Oh, I actually recognize
Multiple-eyed
this. 'Cause I thought that, the
with
little skull
fangs.
thing. The mutant skull. Or alien skull? Mutant skull.
they kind of like xenomorphs. They were like alien mutants because they were from another planet, but then they inhabited human bodies and they made like a hybrid.
They were XCOM.
Those games were good.
Those
Very
games
underrated.
Except for the what was the one that shoot. Not before
I only
XCOM
played
2.
the third one.
2?
Oh no, I was talking about Resistance. I only played the third one, so I can't say they were all good. But the third one, good time. I'd give it a look.
Wait, a new XCOM came out? How did I
I
miss
thought there was
this?
one that was
XCOM
like
2, yeah.
the Bureau or something.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
sounds
old
right.
XCOM stuff though.
Mm,
No, there's a lot of old XCOM games.
no.
There's like
Well, the one I'm thinking of
tons
is
of them.
the one I'm thinking of is the 2013 one.
New XCOM is good because you can make your characters look like your friends and then get them killed.
Yeah, duh.
That's true. Dan, you're thinking of Enemy Within, which is
No,
the
I'm thinking of
expansion to
XCOM
Enemy Unknown.
Declassified, which is August 20th, 2013.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at XCOM Enemy Within, which was also released in 2013.
It was. I've played all the XCOM games since Enemy Unknown.
Yeah.
They're very, very,
We got a
very
lot of-
good.
We got a lot of XCOM based discourse here at Off the Air.
XCOM
Did we ever
based
formally
Discord.
introduce the podcast? Did we ever say we're off the air?
Oh, hey, we're off the air.
I don't think we said that.
I mean, I
I'm
feel
not,
like
I'm
at
not gonna
this
say who I
point,
am.
I mean, I'm always down with doing the intros at the beginning. I'm Dan. Because I feel like people every so often people do actually show up in the middle. But also, if you're showing up now, go back to like episode like 3 and watch from there.
Please do not.
Watch episode
7?
Let's see, 5,
8?
where I talk about anime. Watch the episodes where I talk the most, which is probably a lot of them, honestly.
Actually, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like you talk a lot and Dan talks a lot, and it kind of flips between the two of you. And then I don't talk a lot. But then the one episode that I did talk a lot, Dan cut me off toward the end, and he's like, "Yeah, I feel like this is a really bad episode, so maybe we should wrap this up."
I felt bad for that after the fact, and I apologize. I would like to apologize to you publicly here on Off the Air.
No, you know what's really funny though is I'm like, oh, maybe I am just rambling a little bit, and then I realized that when I was editing the podcast later, your waveforms peaked about as much as mine did in a usual episode. I'm like, oh, he just got really bored. I understand.
I'm sorry. Well, this
Wait,
doesn't
no,
mean I
wait, you
should
tell
shut
me
down
that you
your.
get bored when I talk about anime and furry porn?
Yeah, no,
No, he loves anime and furry porn.
We
No,
definitely,
I
but
said-
like
I
we
said
don't.
Noah.
We definitely bore Noah. Like that's the problem.
No, you don't.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
I'm
we
a
don't.
blast with
Noah
this. What are you
loves when
talking
I
about?
talk about beating off the Bowser.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, finally, someone who understands me.
God damn.
And Noah also Noah talks to me about alcohol.
That's true.
So that's
true.
cool.
That's true.
And with last week's episode, you and I bonded over our mutual love of horror movies, except you like actual good ones and I like good ones and bad ones.
I mostly just like Alien, but God,
Yeah.
do I love Alien.
So, like you said, good ones. Backpedal a little bit to answer the question about
Trench
trench
coats?
coats, and the answer is no.
yeah.
No, I don't.
Of course not.
However, part of that might be the reason that I own one. So for context, I
I'm sorry, do
spent.
you also have a
hold on,
katana?
hold on. Let me.
I have a katana.
I don't own a katana. No, I own
So
swords.
you
That's
guys
not a
are a
katana.
true weeb.
So backpedaling a little bit, I decided to do the unthinkable this week and clean my room. I know, who would have thought? I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think I could get through it, but I did it. And in doing so, I went into. I have this kind of trunk, like a traveling trunk that you would see in like the 50s or something.
Oh yeah, as you do. Everyone
do.
has that one traveling trunk, of course.
I do though, and it holds all sorts of random shit, and I hadn't looked at it since like last year sometime. And so I pop it open. I'm like, I don't even remember what all is in here. Let's take a look see. And lo and behold, I have a whole bunch of stuff in there that I'd forgotten about. And so I would like to before I go into what all random shit I found in my closet, I'd like to throw to you guys. What's the weirdest fucking clothes you have in your like collective closet? What do you
I've got a real good answer here.
hit me?
I
What
have
you got?
4 identical Dickies work shirts. They're I have
Dickies.
4 black short-sleeved 2XL Dickies work shirts in my closet,
Dickies.
1 long-sleeved, and then some long-sleeve button-ups that I bought for work.
I just
But the
don't have
more
anything
important
super.
thing
Sorry.
is the 4 matching shirts.
Yeah, I respect that though. I have 3 of the same exact brand, same exact size, black V-neck T-shirt.
I
so
have
I get
have
behind
3 in
that.
red from when I worked at Ron John's.
So okay, so we're all kind of
I have 5 matching Duluth red T-shirts, 2 dark gray Duluth T-shirts.
Those aren't work shirts, by the
3
way, right?
black
Those are
Duluth
just
t-shirts.
your shirts.
No, yeah, these are just my shirts.
Oh, buddy.
You got me beat.
And one blue Duluth T-shirt and 1 light gray Duluth
Oh,
T-shirt.
buddy.
And then I have some, like white undershirts
Yeah,
tucked
yeah.
to the side that I wear underneath the button-up shirts.
Of course, because you aren't a savage.
And 1 pair of pants and 2
Nice,
pairs of
nice.
dress pants.
I also own 1 pair of jeans and 1 pair of khakis, and then a pair of dress pants.
I own. So I get. Oh man.
I didn't get to go over my weird stuff yet.
Go. Good do yours
So
before
my
I go
weird
into mine.
stuff is less obscure and just more like sad. I've got 2 Twitch shirts.
That's not sad.
Yeah, no, that's not the saddest part. I'm starting.
Oh,
easy.
you're starting light and getting worse. Got
2
it. Sorry,
Twitch
my bad.
shirts.
Continue.
I've got these 2 shirts with Ernest Hemingway books printed on them, and those are just actually cool. One's got Sun Also Rises, one has Farewell to Arms, 2 of my favorite books, and they're printed on T-shirts. Those are cool. But then I also have my Hamtaro onesie, which is, Halloween was just yesterday.
See, that's the kind of stuff I was hoping for.
Yeah, Halloween was just yesterday, and that thing got it got seen. That's all I'm saying. It got its use. Every year it does.
Why
it.
do you want to say? Why is it that when you say it like that, it just sounds dirty?
Yeah, I banged 4 people in my
He banged
Hamtaro onesie at a club.
whores.
I
in his
mean-
Banged
Hamtaro
whores in my
onesie.
Hamtaro onesie at the
Listen,
club.
whatever you're into, man, whatever you need to do, but damn,
Yeah, it's kind of like a furry light.
furry light. It's
Furry
like
light.
it's the Miller
And-
Lite of furries.
Exactly. And then I've got my anime body pillows,
Mhm,
and that's
mhm.
just the weirdest thing I keep in my closet.
That's fair though.
I
That's
have
fair.
one of Minami Kotori from Blood Live and one of Racnera from Monster Musume.
Which we
And
talked
recently
about
I was moving.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah. But recently I was moving and I had them both in my car at the same time, along with all of the liquor I have. And I was praying I didn't get arrested. Or not arrested, pulled over.
How do
the
you even
liquor's in my
explain
trunk.
that? Yeah.
Exactly. The liquor's in my trunk, so it was all legal. But it would have been like, when he was like, do you have anything in your car we need to worry about? I would have had to be like, yeah. A little bit. I got some liquor, and that's the problem. But you can check it. But when you check it, there are 2 anime body pillows. And then I know the cop would go back to dispatch and just be like, guys, you'll never believe what this
You know he
dickhead
would
had in his
too.
car.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to step out of the car and
I would end up
show
on
me these
live
body
PD.
pillows.
Yeah, you probably would end up on TV too, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, you'd have to. I really would like if they had a recording crew there. It would just be that'd be game over for me.
Or game on for you, you know?
Game on,
You-
yeah.
You stream on Twitch, so like that's not necessarily a bad look for you.
Free publicity.
Damn right. No such thing as bad publicity. That's a lie.
Yeah, if it was like if someone was like, hey, we found George Bush at a maid cafe, that'd be bad publicity.
I don't know. George
Yeah.
Bush is famous enough that I don't think it would matter.
Yeah, I don't think it would matter either because you can't really give him any more publicity. It's like everyone knows George Bush.
Mhm.
He was president.
There's like a line where like up until that point, and like there is such thing as bad publicity, and after that point, like nobody gives a shit anymore. Like it doesn't matter what you do, nobody cares.
I
If you
mean,
had to
honestly,
find-
once you're not president anymore, a lot of people stop caring about you except for like jokes, like, "Oh, George Bush
True.
did 9/11," and that's about where people stop
That's
caring
not
about
a
him.
joke, dude.
I'm sorry,
That's
just
just
dropping
facts.
facts. Like George
Yeah.
Bush did 9/11.
Thank you. If you had to
Dropping
meet
mad facts.
one of the George Bushes, senior or junior, or Jeb, you can meet Jeb too, at a strip
Poor
club.
Jeb. Poor
Oh,
Who do you want
Jeb.
to
Jeb.
meet?
It would be Jeb.
I would wanna meet
100%.
Jeb Bush at a strip club.
I would 100% want to meet Jeb because it would only make him even sadder for me.
Yeah,
and I would,
100%. There's
I don't
no
know what I
realm in
would
which I don't
do.
want to.
Please clap.
you'd probably just buy him a
Oh
laptop.
my god. Oh my
I'd be
god.
like, you know, Jeb,
Oh my god.
Jeb, you go into the champagne room on me. Let's go, buddy.
guys, I've got a confession to make.
Did you see Jeb Bush in a
You're
strip
Jeb
club?
Bush?
No. The please clap, right? So around
Please clap.
the time where that was being like joked about, I was hanging out with friends and I like told a story and I get the usual response when I tell a story, which is dead silence.
Oh,
See, I was hoping you would. Whatever.
Yeah, as you do. As you do.
As you do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, and I literally said, please clap, and everyone thought I was like dead serious. Nobody fucking got it, and that felt like really. I'm not okay with that. That was
Yeah,
not a
you
good
There's
suck.
nothing
feeling.
more awkward than people not getting the joke, especially when it's a joke like that that makes you seem like such a needy person.
I mean, I am a needy person,
Oh.
but come on.
But you're not that kind of needy person. You would
Exactly.
never actually sincerely ask people to please clap. Oh my
God, I felt very dumb. I felt very, very dumb.
That's
yeah.
so
honestly,
good.
I felt you feeling very
Oh,
dumb
God,
when you
it
said
was-
that
it was
story.
not pleasant.
I could feel it.
It was an unpleasant scenario. Speaking of cringy scenarios, bringing it back. So you guys
Are you
know
going to
that
talk about your katana and your
no, I'm going to talk
trench
about my
coat again?
closet. I am going to talk about my closet though. So
the
you
closet
guys,
you fell out of,
oh, I wish.
full of furry stuff?
There we go. The one that I'm trying to desperately hold closed.
I love that picture so
Oh,
much.
it's very good. So you guys know that I'm in film, right? And you know that I'm in student filmmaker,
Which one are you in?
independent. So I have
He's in
things that
Die
I've
Hard.
just slowly
He
collected.
dies real hard.
I've just slowly collected over time.
Miranda said, "Fuck that. I'm gonna keep talking."
I didn't hear you because I was talking. Y'all were trying to talk over me, but I'm too
We were
loud in my
giving
own
you a
head.
dosage of the Dan treatment.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I can't disagree. It's fine.
Please clap.
So we'll start at the biggest thing that I found that I actually was really happy that I found was my old an old, like, not old, but like a suit that I wore in like late high school that actually still fit reasonably well. Like very
Dang.
solid pinstripe. It needs slightly fitted, but I was very happy to find
Like a
that.
pinstripe suit.
Yeah.
That's not okay unless you're actually in the mafia or in the New York
Oh
Yankees.
man. I disagree. I think pinstripe suits are super dope.
If you're in the New York Yankees or in the mafia.
I mean, I
agree.
understand.
So can I?
Go ahead, Noah.
Am I allowed to wear one because I'm currently in the process of growing my hair out for that Joe Pesci Italian mob look?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Well, are you in the Italian mob?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I wouldn't be
You know
I wouldn't
what?
be like an actual mob guy. I'd be like the weasel that like.
You'd be a weasel?
Oh, I 100% be the
Wow.
weasel. Are you kidding me? Have you
Wow,
seen me?
Dan, you're a weasel.
You're going to die.
Wait, Dan, you're a snitch?
No, not that kind of weasel. Not that kind of weasel. The one that
What do you
like
mean?
I mean, like, so you got like the big guy and the weasel, like the two that hang out with each other all the time, and like you got
Oh.
the yeah,
Wait, Noah
thin
and
guy, the
Dan,
fat
are you
guy,
guys the big guy
archetype.
and the weasel?
the thin guy, fat guy.
Actually-
archetype.
Yeah, actually, that probably would work out pretty well.
You guys are the big guy and the
Dude.
weasel, and
Oh
I'm,
my
I'm
gosh.
Lucky Luciano.
Can we please?
Dan, do you remember when you made that joke in front of your girlfriend and she got like super insulted on my behalf? She's like, Noah's not fat. And I'm like, I kind of am though.
It's just big.
And
You're not
like,
fat. You're
and
just
it's
big.
funny. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well,
But
and-
she's like, she
it was
got all
very
up in
funny.
arms about that. It was the
it
funniest
is,
thing.
yeah. I mean, it's sweet of her to try and jump to your defense, but I wouldn't have made the joke if I thought that you were going to be upset about it.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
much.
No, but I am. I'm like I'm like an old fashioned fedora away from looking like the thin guy out of that pair. It's great. I love it.
The biggest problem out of that is that you specify the difference between a new age fedora and an old fashioned fedora, and I'm willing to bet you know what a trilby is. And that to me is a heinous offense.
I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for loving old gangster movies. I'm not.
Mm,
I can't. I won't apologize.
it's okay,
for
my
which-
lady.
But that's the least like shameful thing I have in my closet.
Although I do find it funny when like people romanticize old mob activities.
Oh no, the mob was spooky.
Oh yeah,
that
like,
shit.
I don't think you're guilty of that, but like you ever hear those people who are like, "This is a real gangster, respects women, loves his mother, doesn't sag his pants, doesn't
It's
say
like they
the
haven't
N word."
watched
You're like,
Godfathers or Goodfellas.
I would rather hang out with a Crip
100%
than with an Italian mobster.
110%.
Yeah, the Italian mobster
That's
is
'cause, like, I know
100% more
Crips.
likely to kill you.
Yeah, because like, if I just hang out with a guy who's in a gang, and I'm not in a gang, and I'm just kind of like chilling with him, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna die
Yeah, he doesn't
because
give
no
a
one
fuck.
has a hit on me.
Mhm.
But if you're hanging out with a guy from like the Italian mob and you like say the wrong thing, they have power to the extent that's like almost governmental in and of itself, and that's scary.
And I would just like to say that off the air is not insulting the Italian mafia in any way. We have nothing but the utmost respect for the men
But
and
we
women
are
of
praising
that
American
organization.
gangs.
I mean, that is also
Off the
true. We
Air
are doing
is
both.
A
We are doing both.
pro-gang
We are,
organization.
and just to cover all our bases,
There we
we
go.
also, but even though we're praising them, we're not directly in support of them. So there's
Yeah.
nothing for the FBI to come after us
Yeah,
for.
we're pro all gangs though. Even Gucci
including
gang. Look at you, Lil Pump.
oh, not including that one.
Lil
but
Pump, come on in.
Well, hey, don't you dare trash on Lil Pump there,
I love
Dan.
Lil Pump,
okay?
dude. I'm not kidding.
he was talking to
Lil
me.
Pump is,
'Cause I
I love Lil Pump.
I have
Lil
no
Pump and Yeezy. I love it.
I have no strong feelings beyond the phrase Gucci gang. I have beyond hating that phrase specifically. I have no feelings about. I have no idea where it came from. I mean, I know you guys are just telling me.
Where it came from? His song, where he goes.
Yeah, his song, Gucci
Gang,
Gang.
Gucci Gang, Gucci
Well,
Gang.
that would explain a
Gucci
lot.
gang, Gucci gang,
My bitch
Gucci
love
gang,
do
Gucci
cocaine.
gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
I can't buy no bitch no wedding ring.
ring.
I fuck a bitch. I forgot her name.
Part two of my ensemble
So really important news.
is an orange jumpsuit, like a prison jumpsuit.
Ooh, okay.
Wait, you have an orange jumpsuit?
I own a orange prison.
Speaking of
this
prison,
was in my closet.
Can we please free Bobby Shmurda?
That's so.
I
Do you
have
know
no
why
idea
he's
who the
still
hell you're
in
talking
prison?
about.
Okay,
Because he committed conspiracy to commit murder.
okay, no,
And
it's
pleaded
better
guilty.
than this. Okay, so Bobby Shmurda, the Dan, you probably are not familiar with his hit single "Hot Boy."
If you call a hot boy, you're a cop.
Yeah, well, I can't say the real name now, can I?
That's
Anyway.
true. Maybe that song's just not for us.
Well, it's a fantastic song, so I'm
I
gonna
do
listen to
love
it
it.
anyway. But anyway, he went to jail because of he was like running guns, and the guy he went to jail with, he wasn't ratting on him so that they would both serve the same slightly shorter jail time and then get out together. He was like
My man,
solidarity. He wasn't gonna try and take the deal to
Oh,
get out and
no.
stick the other guy in it.
Because he a real one.
Yeah. So he's like, no, I'm not saying anything. We'll both do the time together. Everything's fine. His friend, on the other hand, is like, nah, let me flip. And he immediately
Man,
sold
that guy's
him
probably
out.
dead.
And that's why
I-
he's still in jail.
I'd 100% have done the same thing. You kidding me?
Dan,
Dude.
you're the problem.
Nah,
You're
man.
going to get shot by the gangs.
Bobby Shmurda would never respect you. Bobby
Here's the
Shmurda
thing.
would probably respect
You
me.
guys have heard that it's like it's psychology like phrase about like literally about this thing about how it's always even though it's more advantageous for neither person to say anything, like a ridiculous percentage of the time somebody is going to snitch.
Then just don't snitch. If you know, like if Noah and I were both going to prison and I knew if neither of us snitched, we wouldn't go to jail for more than a year, I wouldn't snitch.
Yeah, neither would I.
I don't trust
If
y'all
Dan-
not to snitch. I'm sorry.
Why?
Because
I'm
I
not a
just
snitch.
don't
I would
trust.
rather
I don't trust
I
other
would rather
people.
die than snitch.
Nah, I don't trust other people not to snitch on me enough to like have that much faith in somebody that I would be
So
willing to
you're
go
a
down
snitch.
with them.
You a snitch.
I mean, I'm okay with
So
that.
you would rather have us come get you after being angry in jail for, say, 5
Yeah.
years
No, man.
than
Protective
go
custody.
to jail with us for 1 year?
Witness protection's a thing.
Yeah,
You're gonna go to
we're
witness
gonna find
protection?
you.
That's like where bitches go.
Yeah? I don't see the
Dan, you're the pretzel bitch.
I'm okay with that.
And you're also the pretzel snitch.
I know you're talking about snitch in like the mob sense. All I can think about is the fucking snitch from Harry Potter shaped like a pretzel, and I kind of love that.
Dan,
With
guys,
little
this is
wings on the side.
we've got a PSA from off the air. Don't trust Dan.
Don't trust me.
'Cause
Don't
he a
trust me, but
snitch.
also here's the thing.
I don't trust whatever you're about to say.
Know the people you're with
Free Bobby. Free Bobby.
because I'm very open about this sort of thing. Right?
Just
It'd be
free
one
Bobby,
it's
dude.
one thing if I'm saying this now. It'd be another thing if I was like on trial and was like, sorry man, you should have asked about it. No. I am upfront about my status is I'm not going down for you. I'm not doing it. I got lives to live, I got things to do. I ain't
You a
got
snitch.
time to do time.
You a snitch.
I'm okay with that. I am okay with that.
If I saw Noah shoot somebody in the head and I was the only witness, I wouldn't snitch.
I feel like you shouldn't say that on air.
Why?
Can that be used as evidence? Can't that be
Only if I do that.
Yeah, it's kind of like how you can't
for
get
whoever
people for
ends
like
up listening to this, all of the following is hypothetical. None of this is actually happening.
I did say
100%
not
no
when.
hypothetical statement here. If I
Jesus
shot
Christ.
someone in the head, I know Jackson would back me up.
Absolutely, I wouldn't back you up, but I wouldn't. I turn a blind eye. You know.
I
would have been getting something out of my pocket. I would have been looking at my phone.
listen. If Noah shoots a
not
guy
got a
and
good
he
look
needs
at
a
his
place to
face.
lay low, he can stay at my place as long as he needs to. Just don't tell me that he did anything. As long as I don't know anything about it, the less I know, the more plausible deniability, the more I'm willing to help.
You a snitch.
I'm okay with that. I'm content with being a snitch because you know what?
Out here on my streets, here in backcountry, you wouldn't make it. That's all
That's
I'm saying.
okay. That's why I'm on the mean streets of Philadelphia,
'Cause
where
I'm not
everyone's
street
a
at all.
snitch.
Well, Bruce Springsteen made a song about the streets of Philadelphia, and he was like sad in that one.
That's because Philadelphia's a sad city full of broken people,
And Bruce Springsteen.
and also Bruce. Like I said,
Well,
broken
actually,
people.
he's in New York right now he's doing a Broadway thing, which I would love to see personally.
Who is?
Bruce Springsteen. I don't know if he's still doing it or not. But yeah, he's doing Springsteen on Broadway, which I think is just a concert. I don't think it's actually a play. I think he basically is just playing a show on Broadway every other day. I am a big fan of Bruce Springsteen. Actually, I love Bruce Springsteen. I really like the way it makes me feel. You know, driving down a road at night, just listening to some good old Bruce.
I'm not
I like it.
super knowledgeable about most of his music. Like, I'm not familiar with a lot of what he's put out, but I don't hate it. I find myself enjoying most of the things I've heard.
Yeah, I honestly, like, I go back over and over again to the song Thunder Road. That's probably like one of my favorite songs of all time.
Have you ever seen that short?
Which one?
It's called Thunder Road. Hold up. Let me just for anybody who wants to feel sad and like kind of it's kind of funny but also very sad, and it's just like a really heart-wrenching, like difficult thing to watch. Amazing short film. It's called, I'm pretty sure it's just called Thunder Road. You can it's Jim Cummings. You can literally look at it on YouTube.
I might have to watch it then.
No, it is like
I do love that song.
It is hard to watch. It's air quotes a comedy, but like heart-wrenching at the same time. Anyway, sorry, you mentioned Thunder Road.
The best part about Thunder Road is there's a line where Bruce Springsteen says, "You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're all right." And I don't know, it just kind of strikes a chord with me. I think it's just funny.
I appreciate that.
It strikes a chord with you because you too are not a beauty, but hey, you're all right.
Yeah, exactly. And a beauty, but hey, you're all right. Hey, that's all right. It just got really good like lyrics to it. Roy Orbison singing for the lonely. Ask me and I want you only. You know, it's just. I'm
sorry to rip the conversation back, but I found another thing, if I may. So, in addition to the trench coat, the orange prison jumpsuit, the leather jacket, which I never brought up but also exists, I also have a clown mask and 2 airsoft pistols.
Why do you have a clown mask?
Now you say that as if those things are together as an item.
Well, they are. I mean, they are physically in the same spot.
I know,
they are
but
sitting next to each other.
Do they exist as a package deal?
No. They are all separate. It is like a spooky clown mask. I'm realizing that as I'm going through this, that it looks like I'm gearing up to commit a bank robbery
with airsoft guns,
and then also have like the jumpsuit already ready to go in case I get caught.
If you wear a clown mask to a bank robbery, you will never succeed. Not because it's not a good plan, but because if you're the kind of person who's going to wear a clown mask to a bank robbery, you're never going to succeed.
That's a really weird state. Like that's a really weird hot take. I don't know. I need some sources on that.
You're too well, because if you're doing that, you're obviously just trying to rip off the Dark Knight.
You know, if you're not, that was a thing before the Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
No,
but if you're doing it in 2018,
the Joker invented clown masks.
Oh, you're right. Well, especially wearing that to bank.
The point I'm trying to make
is
if you rob a bank in 2018 with a clown mask on, and you have no idea what the Dark Knight is, I would be very, very impressed.
Well, but like, actually, it is kind of reminiscent of the mask from that film. Now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Or Payday. They also were kind of.
Payday.
Not really
I would have accepted Payday more than I would have.
Payday is actually kind of fun.
Payday is a good game, and I really wish that I had time to play it still.
You know what we should do?
We should do a Payday stream?
I was going to say, Jackson, if you actually enjoy Payday, we should play it like as a stream.
I could do it. I haven't played it in so long.
I would be super down for that.
I'm super good at Payday. Quiet Dan.
He's not terrible at Payday.
My problem with Payday is that I just like when I had to rely on a team for things, it makes me sad.
My only problem with Payday is Noah and I have a friend who doesn't listen to the podcast, but I'm still not going to call him out. That is very, very into Payday. Very, like, to the point where it's hard to play because, like, he's all about get it done, we're out. And it's just... Actually, we have 2 friends like that.
I was going to say, are you talking about the OG friend who did that? That burned me out on Payday way back when? Or the one that I started playing with recently?
It's not a bad way to play. It's just like for someone like me who plays it very casually and much more is okay with just standing in one place and shooting a million cops in the face.
Yeah, I do like to kill 600
video game.
Goat Sim.
You play
I love that mission so much.
He plays that Goat Simulator mission. And it's the worst mission in the entire game.
I love that mission so much.
I haven't played that one ever, I don't think.
It's awful.
Oh, man. I have all the DLC, so I'm super down to... Guys, keep your eyes out for a official off-the-air Twitch stream at some point in the future.
You know, I saw this meme the other day. Crazy, right? And
whoa.
It's a big one. But I saw a meme the other day, and it was like, support players in media about RPGs. And they're like, don't worry, team. I will help you. I'm here to save the day. I got a heal for you. Just come my way. And it's like support players in real life. Like, you fucking useless animal. Why would you tank aggro? And like, I feel that. Because every time I exist, I play support. I get that. Because video games aren't fun to me if I'm not working in a PvE environment. Because I don't know.
Were you just the guy that said you didn't want to rely on a team?
Well, yeah, but
I like my team to rely on me.
Just your
argument about Payday.
my team relying on me is different than me relying on my team.
You know, you can play support in Payday.
It's like being God versus praying to God. I like being God. And when you're support and you're the only support, you get to do that.
That's true. That's very true.
And everyone just thanks you. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you just saved me." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." It's just a nice feeling.
I'm awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I play that by being the biggest, tankiest shotgun man I can possibly be. But I recently replaced shotguns with giant machine guns. It works nice.
If I can counterpoint a Kimbo dodge build for the win.
If I can counterpoint Kimbo slice,
can't take damage.
That's my counterpoint.
Can't take damage if they can't hit you.
Dan, I like what you're saying, but he did already say Kimbo slice.
Yeah, he punched that guy so hard his eye came out one time. Also, rest in peace, Kimbo Slice.
I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Kimbo Slice was like I think he became like a UFC fighter, didn't he?
He did.
But he started out as like he did videos where like he'd do backyard fights with people. He'd be like,
he was a backyard brawler. And he got big on. I want to say he got big on World Star.
That sounds right. YouTube and World Star. I know I saw his videos
from in the like backyard baseball series.
Yeah, Kimbo Slice would basically just like get people to fight him in like their backyard, and he would usually beat the shit out of them. But sometimes, you know, he got beat up. But it was always like in good spirit. Like he never like kept beating someone up when they tapped out. And it was always like very official and very well done.
My favorite
one time he did punch a guy so hard his eyeball came out.
Oh yeah, that happened. My personal favorite was when he was just standing in a parking lot and people would come up and they could punch him as hard as they wanted, as long as he could punch them as hard as he wanted. And
God, Kimbo Slice.
If they did that deal, they would get like $50, and no one was taking the bet.
Gee, I wonder. That's weird. I couldn't imagine why nobody would take that bet. They would
get the money if they stayed standing.
If you told me that I'm gonna let some big ass dude punch me as hard as he can for $50, I would be like, no, that's not worth it. Like my roommate is a pretty jacked dude. He's like 6'3", ripped as hell, works out every day. And one time we were like joking around or whatever, and like he punched me in the arm, and I was, you know, like, whatever, you know. But inside I was like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna die. But externally I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. And I went home and there was like this giant welt on my shoulder. So nice. I don't want someone to punch me as hard as they can who is big and jacked like Kimbo Slice.
Well, I want to get back into martial arts. I miss doing martial arts.
So you can punch somebody's eyeball out?
No, because I enjoy it, and it like I am a twig person, and so it is very literally all I have going for me is height and reach because
I'm twink. So Bruce Springsteen, I really like as an album. Darkness on the Edge of Town takes the cake for me, but for singles, Thunder Road is definitely my favorite, which is on Born to Run. He's just a really talented guy. And he's really nice. He's a really humble, really nice guy.
Which is always a plus, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I watched a couple documentaries about him, and when it's like when you find out your hero is actually like a really down-to-earth, really kind person who actually has like good values, you're like, wow, I actually feel much better about having that person as someone I look up to.
There we go. I beat Dan to it, and I found a fantastic picture of young Dan.
Damn it!
Yeah, Noah just posted a photo of Dan, and he looks like
I was looking for.
He looks like he just got out of an audition.
I was like 16. Give me some slack.
He just got out of an audition for the Village People.
You look so long, and your neck is as wide as your head, so it just you look like such a stretchy person.
Yeah, you guys know those guys that Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to talk to when he goes to Camino?
Yeah, 100%. That is yes. No, I am okay with that. Yeah,
Dan looked like one of those in that photo. You know the Village People?
I don't think he looks like a Village People so much.
Hold up, Dan looks like he tried out, but he didn't get it in.
Oh,
you guys know Men at Work? They are very talented, and I like their music.
I also enjoy their music.
Yeah, they're very good.
I thought this was the one you were looking for, Noah. I'm sending down.
Is there another one? Is there another image here for me to roast?
This one is much more recent and I feel like much more related to what we were talking about.
Oh, it's a recent one. Why did you just send it to me and not him?
Because I was on Facebook and that's what I had open.
He's scared. I'm gonna say more mean things.
I thought that's the one you were gonna find because we were talking about twinks.
Also, I should publicly say this, but like, Dan and I don't actually hate each other. If you think that we do,
I mean, I hate me, but I don't hate Jackson.
Because I've had people talk to me who like friends of mine who watch the podcast and they're like, "So do you and Dan like hate each other?"
We don't.
And I'm like,
no, we're good.
We're good. We just aren't.
We're not like hanging out every weekend.
Yeah, it's just fun. It gives me a source of something to talk shit about. Because I like Noah and I don't want to be mean to Noah, but I don't really know Dan, so like I can just roast him.
I much prefer knowing Noah because it lets me roast him. I have a hard time roasting you back as hard because we aren't as close.
You can say mean things to me. I actually like it. Almost gets me off. I like to be the one who was like the public school kid from the podcast because it gives me like, I feel like me and the audience, like you and me audience, we get it. We know what it's like when your lunch lady start yelling in the hallway because it's too loud. Looking at you, Dorothy. She'll always come out and be like, "It is entirely too loud in here." That was all she'd always say when we were being ruckus, making a ruckus in the lunchroom.
I mean, stop being that guy though. Says the kid who was 110% that guy.
Me?
No, I was that guy. Noah will back me. I was 100% that guy.
The guy who got yelled at by Dorothy in the
always too
lunchroom?
loud.
Just that guy. TM.
Oh, yeah. No, he was
TM.
always that guy. Yeah.
I'm actually not the one who's always too loud. There was probably a time in my life when I was, but like as of recently, like in my personal life, I'm very quiet. I talk a lot, but I don't talk loud.
I talk loud. People talk loud when they want to act smart, right? No, I talk loud when like I'm in a conversation like this. Like I have peaked my mic a couple of times now. But most of it is just I get excited about something, or I get passionate, or I get like in the rhythm of something, and my volume increases because of it.
Which
is not a good habit.
It's bobsled time.
It's not a good happen. Not a good happen. Not a good habit.
It is not a good happen.
It's probably not a good happen either. To be fair.
To be fair, I'm not a good happen.
Who among us can say they are?
Who among us can show themselves as being a good happen?
Who is
Maybe
Spartacus?
the real good happen was the friends we made along
That's
the
what
way.
I'm saying. It turns out the real good happen was inside of us the whole time.
I hope it is.
I've been making that joke a lot lately. I just love it.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoy the friends we make along the way. Like they're the same joke. It's just I love them both.
Oh yeah. Do you guys know about Zendaya as Michi?
I heard about that. Oh yeah. It was a poster, right? And like that was like the entire.
Yeah. And the guy just sings like only the words that are on the poster. It's like Zendaya is Michi, and LeBron James is Gwangi.
Yeah.
And it's for the movie Smallfoot, which I haven't seen. And I probably won't.
What? Why not? I don't understand.
I just don't really have any interest in seeing it. It doesn't look bad per se. Do you guys know what movies I love?
What movies?
Hotel Transylvania.
You know
I've
what?
never
I
seen
actually
that.
really enjoyed the first one.
Actually,
First one was solid.
I've only seen the first one.
The second one, don't bother, and the third one, but the first one is solid.
No. I don't like Adam Sandler, but I really like Hotel Transylvania.
I really
it's
hate
a
Adam
very-
Sandler.
I don't like him at all. Like
It's a
at
very
all.
fun, heartfelt movie that like
It's good. And the
has
daughter,
a really fun, weird premise.
hot.
Weirdly hot, and I don't
What do you mean
like it
weirdly
because
hot?
there's no. She's like
80% of the people I want to bang are anime girls. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like at this point in time, I'm not even surprised when I see a new hot animated chick.
I feel uncomfortable thinking she's hot because
don't.
it's like her 108. The joke, air quote, in the movie is that's her 118th birthday, and like that's the equivalent of her 18th birthday, like for a human.
Yeah,
Like I
well,
feel
she gets
uncomfortable
married
about that
though and has
'cause-
kids, so she's clearly of
That's
consenting
true.
age.
That's true. I think she definitely is hotter in the later movies
And
because
honestly,
then she is older.
I wouldn't even smash because like I respect her husband too much. What's his name? Percy?
Oh
No.
God,
I don't know
don't
his name is.
remember.
I
He
like
was a
that guy, though.
nerd.
I like that guy.
He
I
was
think
a
he and I would
nerd.
get along. We'd have a fun time.
I think you guys would get along. I think I'd get real tired of his shit really fast.
I think he's like the kind of nerd that I almost like the movie nerds that are like a little like they're smooth enough to get by.
Well, because he's
but they're still
not
kind of
he's more of a dork than a nerd, right? Like he's like Do either of you watch BoJack?
Nope.
He's like Todd from BoJack. He's just a dork.
I do love Todd though. I also just love Aaron Paul in general. So
What about Logan Paul?
I do not love Logan Paul. No.
Jake Paul?
Oh man, have you guys
Not
been
a fan
watching the
I
have
like
you guys
Jake
been
Paul
watching the
more
Shane
than Logan
Dawson
Paul.
documentary?
I have
I don't
not
watch Shane
actually.
Dawson videos because I don't like him either.
What? Oh, I'm actually hold on. I want to break this down because I'm actually super curious.
Just find him annoying.
Yeah, when I first interacted
edition?
with him
What
was
edition of
way
Shane
back
Dawson?
when, and he was not fun.
Way back
for
when
me.
he was a fuckboy.
Yeah.
New and old Shane Dawson, I'm not a big fan of. I don't
Fair enough.
dislike him or not respect him. I personally just find him a bit overbearing.
I can get. I can get that.
And I honestly, like, whenever people are loud in their YouTube videos, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like,
I understand that.
pretty much exclusively watch soft-spoken content creators who make hours of video a week.
Hello,
Shout out
this
to
is
my
your
boy Northern Lion.
I was gonna say so. Literally
YouTube
just Northern
video.
Lion.
Dude, Northern Lion puts out like 20 hours of content a day
It's
and
actually madness.
has actually saved my life. Northern Lion,
I don't
you're
understand how that man.
listening to this, you're my
he's
hero.
the absolute mad lad. The maddest
love
of
him.
lads.
his streams are actually the only good content on Twitch.
Ooh, I like that. I approve the self burn there. That was good.
Northern Lion, a guy, a lad.
He's all right.
Truly.
I don't like
Wrong.
watching him, but that's because I don't really like. He's not bad. I don't watch him like regularly. I wouldn't.
He's not high octane.
No,
he's not.
high
He's not
octane at
entertainment
all.
made for the people, for the masses.
I
If you
don't
want
think
something that's
that's-
good, if you want a good
that's some-
hybrid between Northern
That's some
Lion
Northern Lion
and
gatekeeping right there.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people typically like things that are high. That's why people like Markiplier and PewDiePie are so big, because they do a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, and a lot of games that are new hotness.
Mhm.
Northern Lion just plays the same things. He's not trying to be like this next new hotness thing. He makes content for people who like his content, and if you like it, you'll
that's
find
fair.
yourself liking it. But if you want a good hybrid between that and people who are much more high octane and crazy, I would watch Indie Mouse.
I don't know of Indie Mouse.
Indie Mouse has been affiliated with Northern Lion since like 2013. I've been following and watching his videos for years now. He's actually blown up. He's got like almost 500K subscribers. My man's killing it now. And he basically makes a good hybrid between content that is well worded and soft spoken, but also funny and jump cutty and only like 15 minutes in length.
I think my personal like go-to for, well, besides like for people who play games, because I only watch about two channels consistently, and one whenever they upload, but they don't upload very often. CNNers, who is old school YouTube, back from the Machinima days, still does stuff. I love him. I think he's very, very funny. Gassy Mexican, who is kind of in a similar circle, but not quite.
He's a
Less
friend
high
of
energy.
Northern Lion.
What?
He's a friend of Northern Lion.
That
They're
does
homies.
not surprise me. And then lately I've been watching a lot of Nerd Cubed, because his content tends to be like, his series are really nice to put on in the background and just like let them play.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Northern Lion. I just like put
That's
them on
very fair.
and go to sleep.
See, I can't get into a lot of stuff like that. I like people that make content that it's not content that makes me feel good. It's content that I get to like learn stuff from.
Oh yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, a
So-
lot of mine are that as well.
Because like I said earlier. Oh, go ahead, Noah. Sorry.
No, sorry. Yeah, I've hopped around a lot of cooking channels recently. I watch a lot of Sorted and a lot of Binging with Babish.
Have you seen Bon Appetit?
I love Brad Leone. He's my favorite. He's their guy that does all the fermenting videos.
My man.
And
Making alcohol.
and then there's I think it's Claire. Yeah, Claire is the
Yeah.
one who does the gourmet version of
Yep.
stuff.
She's my favorite.
Honestly, Bon Appetit is just a much better channel than I initially would have expected them to be.
It's very, very high quality good. I love Claire. Like Claire's just Claire, if you're watching this, you know where to hit me up. Claire's probably like married. She's like 40. But anyway, you know. I still like her content.
Mhm. No, they're all great. I love it. And
But
then
I've been watching a lot of Warhammer videos. Like I
yeah,
said earlier today, I've been watching a lot of Warhammer videos, a lot of lore videos. What's the name of the channel? Let me open it up real quick.
For
I
quick
don't wanna
just
butcher
so
the name.
I'm clear on which one we're talking about, Warhammer or Warhammer 40K,
40K.
Okay.
But also a little bit of Warhammer and a little bit of Warhammer 30K.
which they both feed into 40K, but like usually settings take place in either Warhammer or 40K.
It's the Template Institute is a really good channel for that. There's others as well, but that one I find to have the most concise, informative content.
good to know.
That's fair. My YouTube taste, much like my music tastes, are eclectic at best.
Can I put out a name and I want to get some
for it.
opinions? Doug Walker,
Not familiar.
Isn't that
the Nostalgia Critic.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I which retirement is he on now?
Oh, he's retired
like
again?
He retired like 3 times. I don't know if he's back or not. I haven't watched him since his second retirement.
I think I saw a video of his posted like a month ago.
Does he still
I didn't
post
watch
on
it. I
YouTube,
saw
or
Paul-
doesn't he
yeah, I
post
saw
on his
Paul
own
on my
thing
feed.
now?
I don't. I never really followed him, but I have always generally enjoyed what I've seen him do.
He is himself fine, but his organization is kind of weird. And I don't like YouTube movie reviews. Actually, any of them.
Generally speaking, I don't
Really?
watch YouTube movie reviews.
Yeah, I don't like them.
One of my favorite channels is
the most abhorrent thing of all time.
I was about to say, please don't call them a movie review.
No, they're the most abhorrent thing of all time. I kind of like Ralph the Movie Maker. I think seems like a fairly fun person, but I just don't really care for movie reviews on YouTube.
Okay.
I've been getting
Update?
into Oh, sorry. You go first.
No, I was just gonna say Doug Walker does still upload regularly. I don't think he uploads onto YouTube though. I think he uploads onto Channel Awesome, like the website that he's part of. Let me see. Oh no, he still upload. The uploads are still on YouTube. It's on Channel Awesome now.
What's the most recent review?
6 days ago for Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, like the
movie.
old movie.
Probably.
I don't think
The
so,
train
because
wreck?
the one from like a month ago was Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. So I think he's a little more modern now.
That's still an old movie. That's a very old movie.
It's like 10
Rise of the
years.
Silver Surfer? It's
Yeah.
10 years. That's not that old.
Yeah, that's about as old as Van Helsing. Is it the one with Hugh Jackman?
I'm gonna say
Is there
yes.
another one?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's a TV
poster.
show now.
Oh,
I haven't
weird.
seen it yet, but
Season 11 is apparently what Nostalgia Critic's on. That's a lot. That's a
that's
lot
respectable.
You guys know who I do like though?
Who?
I feel like I could never not like him, but the angry video game nerd.
I actually don't like the Angry Video Game Nerd.
He's just been part of my life since I was like 11 years old. So I like it's just, and he uploads so infrequently that it's like I don't have to worry about like catching the latest episode. It's just like every 3 months I can watch like a 10-minute video and be like, that felt nice. A little bit of nostalgia. It's like I'm nostalgic for content of someone making content about something they're nostalgic about, which
That
is
makes sense.
weird. But it's true.
It's a very,
I
it's
get
a very
that, though.
meta nostalgia.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
the channel that's been sitting pretty heavily on my favorite channel spot though for the last little over a year at this point has been Dead Meat. He does
Beat meat. That's my channel.
he oh gosh. He
Oh yeah, you told
he
me about
does
those.
kill counts of horror movies. So he opened up with Friday the 13th and just in general the guy's just it's a good time. Yeah, April of 2017. So yeah, it's been a year and a half at this point. Hot dang. But
So my sorry,
he's
so
got
my
good
favorite
content and
content
he does a
creator.
podcast.
So my number one goes to Northern Lion. Yours goes to what? Dead Meat.
Dead Meat.
Dead Meat. Dan, who's your number one content creator?
That's it's very difficult because I want like it depends on what category are we looking at. Are we looking
Overall.
at actual educational or are we looking at entertainment?
We're
Just
looking
overall.
at both. Just your overall favorite because
Oh,
you can
God.
have you
Who
can
do you
have
get most
another
excited for an upload from?
Yeah, because you're allowed to have a favorite that ranks a little higher than your overall favorite in like a certain category, but they don't take your overall spot. You know?
Overall favorite is probably are we counting multi-channels? Or does it have to be a single like if it's a channel and then like the behind the scenes channel, does that count?
Yes, a BuzzFeed video does count.
No, I was actually gonna say Corridor Digital, alongside Node and Corridor Crew.
So the Corridor Digital gang are your
Yes.
favorite content creator?
I think they might be. They're wildly entertaining. The behind the scenes is both informative and interesting. And Node is a really, really fun like video game. Their video game channel that they do like VR, a lot of VR stuff, multiplayer, and it's really, really entertaining to watch.
Nice.
If we're talking, if it's pure entertainment, right now it's Sugar Pine 7. And then if it's education or information, rather, it's the DeFranco Network.
He's got a network now.
Yeah,
Or is
yes
that just
and
what
no.
he calls it?
No,
He
it's
still
still
does Matic
it's still just
Keemstar, or
Phil
does he do other
DeFranco.
things?
But he does his main show. He has a team now. There's like a dozen, maybe 15, 16 people that work for him now.
That's a lot.
And they are like actively developing multiple channels in the background.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's actually really kind of in the same way that like I find Shane Dawson fascinating, like where he started from to where he is now. I think DeFranco, very different but very like equally impressive journey.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
So I think that about does it for this episode. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
pretty
actually
much.
be driving to Waco after this.
I disagree.
I gotta get fresh
I want to
water.
go on for another 20 minutes.
About what?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna figure that out as we go along. It's called improv, Jackson. It's called Yes
Good
and.
idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
It's called
we're
Yes
not going
and.
to do that though. We are going to wrap up because we are at a good ending point here.
I also do have to get fresh water
Yeah, that's kind of important.
before. Mostly because like showering just feels kind of weird because you come out like a little bit grimy afterwards. I want to just
Ugh.
like shower.
Oh God, I've had that. I hate that. Oh
Yeah.
God, I know exactly. No,
Yeah,
I don't
dirt
like that at
water.
all.
So this has been Off the Air. This has been Jackson's Beer Corner also at the beginning. Remember, Fourth Tap, Brewing Co-op, Bat Country Coffee Stout was our beer of the week. Next week we'll be coming back, hitting it with a new addition from a brewery that I've actually been to.
Nice.
Ooh, nice
And it has some
teaser.
non-alcoholic
Nice
beverages.
teaser.
And those non-alcoholic beverages are available as well. So I'll give you a little bit of a shout out for both. Until then, though, my name is Ben Jacksonium, and it will remain to be so until next time you see me, at least. I stream occasionally on twitch.tv/Jacksonium. find me on Instagram at Jacksonium with 2 M's, at Twitter at Jacksonium with 2 M's, and on Tumblr at Jacksonium with 2 M's. But on Twitch, there's only 1 M.
Your 2 M's on Instagram as well?
I think so. And 2 M's on Instagram.
Interesting.
2 M's on a lot of places. That's just kind of an easier way to get the username because there's thoughts
as long as
everywhere
one
taking
thing
my
got
name.
messed up, you may as well.
My brand.
Exactly, yeah. Dan.
I'm Daniel. You can find me on Twitter at BornRule57. You can probably find me other places, but I haven't been posting anything else, so Twitter is where you can find me. If you're interested in supporting the podcast in any way, we have a Patreon now. Patreon.com/off. Is it just off the air? Or is it the off the air?
It is off the air.
Patreon.com/off the air. We've updated it. We have all sorts of different little goals to reach. Everything from me getting a painting of my 12-year-old furry OC, all the way to replacing me with a robot and Jackson purchasing a tea farm in Sri Lanka. How do you pronounce that?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. I did it. I nailed it. No, where can they find you and also the rest of the podcast stuff?
You can find me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram at Bubbadabad, BUBBADABAD. And you can find the podcast on Facebook.com/OTA podcast, Twitter.com/The Off the Air, and as Dan so kindly mentioned, Patreon.com/Off the Air.
Also YouTube.
And YouTube. I don't have a fun little thing to read off. It's youtube.com/channel/ capital UC
Please don't do this.
Don't do
It'll
it.
be in the show notes. Just look for us.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Just get us to 100 subscribers so we can change the name, guys. Come
Exactly. If you get us
Seriously.
enough
Friends.
subscribers, we can change that and fix it.
on. We upload once a week.
We
Not that big of a
upload
subscription to make.
weekly.
You can turn off the notifications for it, and
Please don't click that bell.
do not click the bell if you don't want them. But
If you
please
click
give us
the
a
bell-
sub so
Slam
that
that
we can.
like button.
I
And
don't
Slam
like
that like
this.
button, I'll call the cops.
slam that like button, ring that bell, and most importantly, please review us on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star, or if you're a Google Play or whatever else you use that you can rate us on, give us that 5-star to help us reach
Or
other
don't.
people. If you don't listen to us on something that you can review us on, please do hop on Apple Podcasts and give us a review. Subscribe to us there, download the episodes. It just helps boost us up in those rankings so that Jackson can get sponsored by, breweries.
It's
a
true.
very
I want
man.
free
important thing.
beer.
Please
Boy
get us
needs
to the
free
point where
beer.
we have sponsors.
Yeah, if we get sponsors, that means we can start doing fun stuff like shamelessly plug beer, but get paid for it.
I mean, isn't that all of our dreams, though? Isn't that all we ever
100%.
want?
Absolutely.
100%. All right. Thank you for listening, everybody. This is Off the Air.